Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram, and today is the start of the December haul. I'm trying to think, there probably are a couple more pre-Black Friday packages, but I know the last video, there's a goal of mine about, I think it was last year, to have a haul that was less than about 45 minutes. November's was about 48 minutes, but if you really think about it, I like talk a lot as I'm doing right now, so it might have actually met my goal of 45 minutes if I didn't like yabber on forever. So who knows? I know a lot of shops are trying to keep their shipping times as small as possible, but I would say strap in because this is probably going to be a long one. This is a pretty beefy order from Dash of Sun, so it might just be a long haul based on that alone. But we have Dash of Sun, pre-Black Friday order, and paper trail plans. This is from the Discontinued sale, which was also pre-Black Friday, but let's break on into them. Okay, so first, let's break into Dash of Sun. This has her signature yellow envelope. The sticker says 100% good vibes enclosed. And this was, yes, this was the Midnight's release and the foiled alcohol ink. And if you know me, you already knew I picked up all of the foiled alcohol inks. But first, let us do freebies. So you get the journaling card. This one is the winter card that says shimmer with ice, rest like the sun. And then on the flip side has the snowflakes up here and her socials. Then we have the all orders freebie, which is this deco freebie. This looks a lot like the art for like Snow Kissed from Saucy stickers. It's very much in that same vein. I did not pick up Snow Kissed, but this is what this art is reminding me of. And then this is my freebie. I do PR for Dash of Sun. My freebie is in rose gold. Cat 10, whenever, well, actually this is going to go up in January, so the site should be open again when the shop is not on a big sale. New releases, you can stack PR codes, yada yada yada. But let's break on into the happy mail. Question is kit or foil? Let's do kit first. So this is her New Year's kit. It's called Midnights. I actually never talked to Chelsea about this one. Sometimes I'll like poke and see what she's coming up with. But Christine was actually the one who poked her and said that I forget what we were talking about exactly, but she was like, yeah, I asked Chelsea for a sneak of what the new kit is going to be, and I have this feeling that we're not going to like it because she said it was black and pink, I think. And like, not, I mean, I've said it before, but I'm not really a pink person. Apparently I am, but like pink kits only like really work for me when it's like kind of like lovey-dovey or Valentine's Day. So I was like, I see your train of thought. But then Chelsea was like, hey, I'm having a new release, and she sneaked, what did she sneak to us? I feel like it might have been, no, I remember. She was trying to figure out what foil color to use. She was stuck between gold and rose gold. And we were all like, where did you pull this out of? Because I think maybe she told other folks that maybe the theme was pink and blue, and I was like, how did pink and blue translate to this kind of Cinderella-esque kit? She's like, I don't know, and I'm like, this is why you're a shop owner. So yes, this is Midnight foiled in rose gold. I think rose gold was the right move because it just works, and I feel like we see a lot of gold New Year's kits, silver New Year's kits. So I think rose gold was definitely an unexpected touch. So the kit is lightly Cinderella themed, you know, with whole Midnights thing. She also does like Taylor Swift, so this quote, "Meet me at midnight," would remind people of the song, is it Lavender Haze? It's "Meet me at midnight" is one of the song lyrics, and it's gorgeous. I was like, yep, here we go, there's my New Year's kit. So you have your 2 floral boxes with this like stunning kind of galaxy pinkish blue kind of texturing in the background, and the lace, and the same down here. And then here we have like a scene. It's like a glam. I feel like Chelsea's really good at kind of doing very glamorous kits that don't feel too over the top, you know? So this is like a suite. You're watching the fireworks from inside the suite. There's a champagne tower here foiled in rose gold. You have the champagne bottles. You have the clock here with the disco balls. Yeah, no, those aren't disco. Maybe they are disco balls, but they're orbs. And this kind of header-sized garland, which was also released at the time. I just didn't pick up a lot of foil because of the other thing I picked up. Then you have the most, not obvious necessarily, but the strongest Cinderella reference, which is the glass slipper right outside the limo with the fireworks going off in the back, the quote box, the dance floor with the music and the disco ball, the hand holding the sparkler, and this glamorous kind of like getting ready scene with the lipstick. And it's such a pretty kit. Again, I've said it so many times before, Chelsea balances light colors with bold colors, and she does it so well. Like, I don't know how her brain. Then you have your 9 lace headers here at the bottom. Then you have the functional boxes page where you can see the colors of the kit a little better. So the pink and blue are the obvious accents. You have the black and then this darker blue, which is in the background. So it's kind of like the stand-in for the knights. Then we have the washi page. Her kit is a 3-page base kit. So you have the floral and like these streamers and stars deco on the side. And look at this bottom washi. Look at this. You know, if you know me, you know where this is going. You know where that's going. That's so good. That is just so pretty. The fireworks. I also picked up the large deco. And I was mentioning during new release weekend that and I think it's because she just released this right when I did the gender reveal. I was like, you know, these colors are also perfect for kind of a gender reveal kit. If you want to kind of do like, if you're the type of person that goes all out, this kind of kit would be perfect for a gender reveal kit. Although, you know what would be pretty sweet to see a gender reveal in this theme, wouldn't it? So large deco, you have 2 large bouquets and just, you know, larger deco. Like, it's just the pink and the blue, man. That's so unexpectedly good. It really is. And then we have the washi sampler. So I'm realizing I'm kind of torn because I do like the thought of having this up at the top. But that wouldn't make sense with this. I might have to decide. I really am. But you have your floral washi trim, this glitter kind of swatchy type, this pink glitter, and then the streamer. And then I wasn't going to pick up the alcohol inks, but then I realized that they're patterned. So you have the starry sky here and the galaxy looking one here. And I was like, yeah, I can't leave you at home. Or not at home. I can't not take you home. I have to. I have to. I have to. So, I did, there's more stuff I did want to get. Actually, I'm not done yet. I also, at this point in time, I grabbed the quotes in the 3 foils, just because I felt like the quotes were appropriate for other possible spreads. So you have dream it, begin it, shine, let your light lead the way. The year is yours to sparkle. The best is yet to glow. Step into your magic. New year, same sparkle. A new year, a softer light. Every chapter begins with a spark. She believed so she could bloom. Midnight marks the start of magic. Happy New Year. New dreams, same heart. Here's to beginnings. When the clock strikes 12, begin again. Confidence is her crown and shine with a purpose. And there's like celestial deco and party deco foiled about. And I figured that this would be, I mean, there's a few select kind of like New Year's quotes, like, you know, maybe midnight marks the start of magic in this Happy New Year banner. But I felt like these were kind of generic enough to be able to pull into different spreads. Thus why I got it in all 3 foils. So I had some restraint because I knew Black Friday was coming up. So I was going to be able to pick up anything else I needed for this collection later. The earliest I would get to this might be like 2 or 3 weeks after the new year happens, which is being very optimistic. So I was okay with just picking this stuff up now, and then getting the rest of it that I needed later at Black Friday, because I really, really, really wanted the alcohol inks, and I wanted to have them in my hands. So that's all I got at this point for Midnight. Okay, so the thing I spent most of my money on for this new release was the winter colorway for the foiled alcohol inks. She did mention that during this release, she was like, why didn't I do a summer colorway? Yeah, because she did a spring, a fall, and a winter. And I was like, you know, it might have just been because the whole tariff thing. That's probably why you weren't super thinking about it. So I'm assuming she might release. She's probably going to think of a... Sorry, I'm looking around for my white piece of paper. She might be thinking of a spring colorway, or probably going to release a spring colorway. Why? Okay, this will have to do. So it's 8 new colors. Kind of more moody. Well, more moody. Kind of I would say. You know what? I don't know why I try to explain these things. I don't know. Cool, warm. I don't know the difference. Or at least my eye is not good enough to catch the difference. But let's break into these first. The first colorway is Evergreen, which is your like kind of Christmassy green color. Here it is in gold, silver, and rose gold. And I will go ahead and actually we'll do that at the end. Pull out what because I have all of them. Pull out what is previously available, so you can maybe pick and choose which ones you might want in the future. Once, well, again, the shop will be open probably at this point. So Evergreen is very much a Christmassy kind of green color. Just wanted to have that. And, you know, I love my green winter kits. I love my green winter kits. Next one is Cherry. Cherry is very much a kind of Christmassy red. It's the brighter red, more red, true red. So here it is in gold. That's rose gold. We're out of my preferred order. Rose gold. And silver. Let's see. Oh my goodness. There we go. So that is Cherry. Interesting name for a winter color. Next we have Cranberry. Cranberry is a little more pinky. So we have it in gold. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this with this clear piece of paper. Silver and rose gold. So this one, if you're just considering select foils and colors, I think Cranberry might be a good one to pick up for any Valentine's spreads you're thinking of, because I feel like that color very much leans. This one leans a little more Valentine's compared to Cherry, which to me leans a little more Christmas. Then next we have Plum. We have Plum in gold, silver, and rose gold. So Plum very much, I think this would also, it's also interesting to always kind of like look at the foils, because they do change how your eye perceives the color ever so slightly. And of course, since it's a winter collection, we have all of the blues. So I will pull out, I feel like blue is a very popular color for Chelsea. Actually, that makes sense, because other than yellow, blue is kind of the other brand color for her. So it makes no sense that she kind of pulls a lot of blue. This is Periwinkle, purpley kind of blue. So this is gold. Silver. I always love how blue makes silver look a little more blue, like a little like a blue foil. And then rose gold. So that is Periwinkle. Next we have Glacier. Ooh, this is like a pretty kind of like greenish blue. So gold for Glacier. Silver. Oh, I just love how the silver pops on these blue colors. And then rose gold. Glacier, definitely kind of a greeny tone. And then we have Frost, which pulls a little more gray in my eyes. It's more of a blue that pulls gray. So here it is in gold. Silver and rose gold. So that's Frost. And then we have, I think this is the last one, yeah. We have Dusk. Dusk is like an indigo blue. Pulls a little purple. So gold, silver, and rose gold. I'm gonna go circle back to Evergreen and just show you with the white backing. I realized I did not do that. And so I'm just gonna circle back to this one real quick. Gold. Don't know if it makes a huge difference. That's silver. And then rose gold. Alright, so now we're going to go into my extensive foiled alcohol inks stash. So if you don't care about this, you can go ahead and skip to the next thing. I usually chapter my hauls. I'm very intentional about that. So you can go ahead and skip ahead if you don't want to see all of these colors together. I understand that. But it makes me feel a certain way to like look at them all together. So from your spring collection, well, let's look at the greens. Let me pull Evergreen. Here's Evergreen from the fall, winter. Evergreen. Let me bring you down so there's not so much dead space. There we go. So that's Evergreen. Here's Sprout. And then I know we have one more green for sure. Let me find you. I feel like there was yes, there was one in the fall. Sage. Oops, come back here. Sage. So definitely brighter darker, and this is somewhere in the middle. This one's a little more muted in my opinion from what I can see. So let me pull them all up. Let me hold them in the same order. So we have Sprout, Sage, and Evergreen. Okay, let me make sure there's not another. I don't think there was another fall one. No, there was not another fall one. The blues are the ones that have a lot in here. I'm gonna actively put them way back in the same place so we don't lose them, because they do have little numbers at the top. If you haven't realized, this is like where they are sequentially. So Sprout was actually the first of the colors. Well, it just was number 1, so it's part of the spring release. So we have Cherry. I'm actually going to also pull Cranberry. It's also kind of a red. And then let's look through here for reds. Reds, not pinks. I guess there's no pinks in this new one, which makes sense. I think that, no, so those are your red options, these two. Like red. So, Cranberry, Cherry. Definitely on the darker side, on the lighter side here. Up next, we will have Plum. So let's pull out our purple options. I was going to say Merlot is one. And then, even though it's not exactly like a dark purple, here's Lavender. So from the spring, we have Lavender. From the fall, we have Merlot. And then for the winter collection, we have Plum. So same order. Lavender, Merlot, Plum. Alrighty. So that's for the purple. Oh, strapping. There's a lot of blues. It's a lot of blues. So give me 1 second. Let me put Merlot back. Okay. Alright, so in terms of bluish tones. Yeah, I'm going to lump Glacier into there. So they're Periwinkle, Glacier. I'm going to call Frost. I'm going to put Frost with the grays, because we do have grays and blacks. But I'm going to put you here with this, so Dusk. Alright, working backwards. From the fall collection, you also have Rain. That's Rain. Then you also, I think there was one more. Maybe not. Okay. No, it's the spring that has a lot. From the spring colorway, you have Sky. It's getting crowded in here. And then Aqua. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. And then Aqua. Alright. So it's going to be really hard for me. Let me see. Let me condense this a little bit. Okay. So these are definitely your brightest colors. Aqua, Sky. This one sits a little more on the darker blue than this guy. What are you? Rain has a little bit of gray tinged into it. So here's those three. I have a lot of some of these because I purchased a set beforehand. So those are those guys together, which you would have seen the last time I pulled my alcohol inks out. They're out of order. Periwinkle definitely pulls a little more purpley compared to these guys. Glacier pulls a little more green. And then Dusk pulls more indigo, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm going to try to pick all of these up at once without them falling all over the place. See if I'm successful. Okay, almost. All right, close enough. So I'm not really even sure if you can look at my viewfinder here. So starting clockwise from the top left. Periwinkle, Glacier, what are you? Dusk, Rain, Sky, Aqua. So all of your blue options here. I feel like blue is a pretty good base color for a kit, so I see why she has a lot of blue options, you know, if you want to make sky looking things. And then, so let's see, you're the last one. Okay, then sit over here. Frost, I think I could have lumped in with the blues, but I'm going to consider this a little more gray. And then in terms of like gray scale-ish type of situation, that's not gray, but there's night from the fall, and here's storm, which I'm going to stick storm next to it. So that's definitely more like a true gray, black gray, blue gray. Let me just flip through these to see if there was anything I'm missing. We don't have any brown equivalents, and then those colors are all around. So, let me take that out. Let me take night out. So, in terms of your grays, you have a more like a true gray and then a blue gray. So this goes away. So yeah, do I have all the alcohol inks? Yes. Am I obsessed with all of the alcohol inks? Yes. Is it a problem? Maybe. Maybe. So, that is this order from Dash of Sun. I do keep in mind, I do PR for her shop, so I do, so it is a little bit more cost effective for me to buy everything. Like, as in, I have the ability to buy all of these, so don't, I just want to make that transparent, that, because I PR for her, I do get to use PR credit towards these, so, which does not help with that addiction, let me tell you. Let me put this back up so we can get the things. Bundling options, you get a discount if you bundle all three foils of one color. You get a discount if you just pick up like all of the golds, so you get all 8 of the golds. And then the biggest discount would be if you buy all of them, which I did. So that is it for this little bit here. There will be more, you'll see more of Midnight later on, because I did go back and get more of the kit. Yeah, I have a bit of a problem, I know. So that is it for this time of Dash of Sun. Up next, let's go over to Paper Trail Plans. This is from their discontinuing sale. They wanted to clear out some space before the sale, before Black Friday. I realized, oh yeah, I was like, well, I didn't really need anything. But I was like, well, you know, there's some stuff I might want to get in hollow. So, and I think I had like a discount coupon. Like that would have been helpful. You know what? It's moving on. This would have been helpful when I did cottagecore, but we move on. So they still have the vellum with the white ink on it. This is, if you order a kit, this is usually in the foil color that you pick for the kit. If you, or like the most prevalent foil color. I can understand them just using a random one for me, because this is hollow, so I don't think they wanted to just foil hollow, because you know me, I love my hollow foil. I do PR for Paper Trail Plans, which is crazy for me to think of, because Paper Trail Plans was one of those first shops that I really shopped from when I joined this community, so it's kind of crazy to me that I had the opportunity to PR for them, which I don't know if I said this last time, but like I think about that every once in a while, especially now, I guess, since the end of the year's coming up, and I'm contemplative. Well, it's only the beginning of December, but I'm starting to think about that stuff. But yeah, I do PR for Paper Trail Plans. I did not realize that this would be the order where we got our new freebies. I didn't change anything with my freebie. I just ran out of time, didn't have the brain power to commit to it. I was in the middle of a lot of stuff at work, so I just said, let's just change the foil color, which I'm glad they were like, if you want to change foil color, thank you. I changed it to silver because I feel like that would be a little more applicable for winter kits. And you know, then this feels like middle of the night rather than kind of like early evening. So that's that. Oh, interesting. I don't really remember if this was normally... I have not purchased from them in a little while. So this is the Fall 25 shop freebie. I just don't remember the last time if I got this, if this was on washi paper. This is on washi paper. I do not remember if the like all order shop freebie was in that. Moving on, but this is the fall shop freebie, which will no longer be available. This one's on washi paper and is foiled in hollow. I think maybe they did this one on washi paper because they were going to foil it in hollow. And from what I understand, one, washi paper is easier to foil, and two, hollow is one of the more difficult colors to foil, or foils to foil. So they made it easier upon themselves and just decided to foil my freebie on foil because I'm pretty sure it's always usually transparent matte. And let's see. So yeah, for this discontinuing sale, I just went and grabbed a bunch of stuff that I wanted on hollow. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I have to have a reserve of hollow material. You know me. I'm trying to bring hollow back. Actually, I'm not. Let me take that back. I don't have that much of an ego. But I do love hollow, and I want to make sure I have some stuff on reserve for hollow for later. So, let's do the discontinued stuff first. I had like some shop credit that I could use up, so I was like, let me just grab some stuff for that. So first, I'm sorry how blinding this segment's gonna be. It's mostly hollow foil. I just grabbed the foiled, and again, like I said, hollow foil is apparently one of the more difficult foils to foil, so I don't blame them for any imperfections or foil dust that is everywhere. I just want to make that apparent. I do know that, so it's not surprising to me, but this is the Coquette Foil Deco. I just wanted some of this lace and some of this music stuff and the layering stuff to have in hollow. Then the next thing I grabbed was the Enchanted Foil Quotes. I have these in the 3 contemporary foils already. So I figured grab it in hollow because I feel like this would be fine for hollow things. So, and then I have that was Enchanted. This is Coquette. Again, kind of like, not standard, but like universal foil quotes. So I'm sorry that it's kind of hard to see with the shift. But these are now no longer available in the shop. So I'm not going to reread them, but I just wanted to pick those up just to have to expand my foil stash. And then I still had a little bit of credit left. So I grabbed some date numbers because I always need date numbers. So this is the serif font, meaning it has no foot. Wait, yeah. Sans serif means no foot. Serif has a foot. And by foot, I mean, like, look at the 11. It has that little foot. If you didn't know what that meant. So I did pick this up in the contemporary foil. So light gold, silver, and their rose gold. It has 3 sets of dates. And then I also picked up, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I picked up 2 in hollow just to have. I think I've explained it before. I typically end up using hollow like around like the late teens to early 20s. So I actually like don't have a lot of 19, 20, 21 or 22s. So I need to fix that somehow, but this is hollow. And that is this little itty bitty baby order from Paper Trail Plans. Thank you, Susie and Jess, for still... I mean, I know a few other shops. I know Sadie still has hollow foil in her shop. But they have, like, the quotes, the big deco. I really appreciate that they still offer hollow for people like me who love hollow and love the shiny rainbowness of it all. So, that is... Just spread it out. This is this little order. It's out of frame. There it is, out of little order. Hey everybody, so here is intro number 2 out of God knows how many. So we're going to start with kind of, this isn't the last of the pre-Black Friday. I think there's one more and it's on the way. But this is from Taylormade Creative. And then these are Sadie stickers, Black Friday, and Saucy stickers, which these two were definitely the fastest to ship. Actually, Sadie stickers would have gotten here a little, the cat's running crazy, a little while ago. What are you doing? If it weren't for USPS doing shenanigans. But Saucy's got here relatively quickly. Definitely within the first 10 days of December, they both got here. And then this last thing is a fun little non-planner related thing that's going to get tacked on at the end of the video if you're interested. It's sleep token related. So if you're part of that community, you might be interested, you might not, it's fine. I thought I'd share some non-planner related stuff sometimes, so there's that. So let's get started with the pre-Black Friday stuff first. So first off, let's go to Taylormade Creative Planning. This is a winter kit that I saw that I knew I wanted to have invoices right here. It's a purple orange kit. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? So this is a collection called Wonderland. Foiled in silver. Base kit, sidebar, deco. Okay, so her deco kit is called a freestyle kit, but we will get to that in a second. First thing, I didn't get a freebie. I definitely used Quartz freebie. I didn't write it in the notes, so that's why you should write your freebies in the notes to seller, so they always remember to put one in. So this is called Wonderland. It is a purple orange kind of whimsical winter kit, and I have intentions of using this in January. And the mill quote box says Winter Wonderland, and you have your 2 floral boxes there, a kind of forest scene with the snowman, the skates over here, this is like a composition, the skating rink here, the house with some snow foiled, then another composition with a fashion doll, and a scenery. This is like a hiking probably, and the foil is supposed to look like snow falling. And then you have 4 swatches at the bottom. I'm not sure what the order is. I did take a quick peek at it. I'm going to do the washi last. Let's do it this way. So this is her functional boxes page with a little bit of foiling on this row here. So you have your scallop circles, these kind of bow ovals. That's really cute. These Spotify type boxes. Which I'm a little conflicted about because I don't always mark music, so they're cool, but a little conflicted about them. Then we have squares, ovals, more squares, medi, and then 3 full width boxes down here. Then this is called the layering and deco, so you have a little bit of florals here, some torn papers, your swatches, your filled in box, this cute little Polaroid right here. And then you have a fashion girl and a deco here, and here's like a stamp. Yes, it has the stamp outline to it. Cute, cute. And then here is bottom washi. I was gonna say, wait, for some reason, my brain didn't register this one. Lace, thin, thick, with the snow dot pattern here, and some fuzzy foiling, I think that's the term, on the floral strip. And then you have your date covers, which are super dainty. Super, super dainty. And then lace header and foiled header here. So that is the base kit. I picked up the what is this? It's sidebar color washer sidebar. I picked up the sidebar in washi. I think she only offered it in washi. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I put this order in. Not that she took super long, but I just made a lot of other orders in the time between. So you have this gorgeous like lake, frozen lake kind of scene here, and this color mixing in the sky. And then I grabbed from the freestyle kit the floral corners. You have like 2 true corners and like 4 edges. The Deco one, which features the same girl here in the inverse. I think inverse is the correct word I want to use. The snow, and then another composition here that says Wonderland, and some icicles and colored snowflakes. And then I also grabbed Deco 2. This one's a little bit more composition based. You have another fashion person here. And here, is this the same? I don't think it's the same as the girl. No, it's a different girl here. A film strip with this scene. Yeah, it's like the scene partially. Handle with care. And then a little composition here, winter wear. This says, cold, having or being a temperature that is uncomfortably low for humans. And then this over here is not English, so I do not know what that says. And that is it. I wasn't sure if I was going to shop Taylormade for Black Friday, so I decided to just pick this up before Black Friday, just so I didn't have to deal with the Black Friday backlog, even though it doesn't really matter because like I won't get to it till maybe February at the earliest. But this is this little order from Taylormade Creative. She also has foiled sheets, so she has some really interesting like foil lace like statement pieces. Again, I want to get into them at the same time. I have so much other stuff I could use. I'm trying not to buy excess, especially, you know, with the baby coming. And then she has dolls, obviously fashion dolls. With Black History Month coming up, she is, or well, at the time of filming, she was working on the Black History kits. If it's out and available, I'll let you know. But if you're interested in a Black History kit, not, you know, I am not of that community, obviously, but I can appreciate and spread awareness for folks who might not be aware. I'll let you know here and down below if it is available. So that is this little order here. Okay, so now on to Black Friday proper. This is Sadie stickers. I am going to be using her invoices in here. Her Undated vertical weekly inserts. Again, although this is my first time actually buying them from Sadie Stickers directly. Last year I got a set in, sorry for the crinkle noises, in a D-stash, so this will be the first time I've actually purchased them. So I know there was a kerfluffle with the previous format update. So I have the Undated monthly and weekly A5 wide punched for rings. There's really not too much to see here. I'm probably going to even just put that page in the back. So you start with, looks like a grid page, and then this is probably the month, right? The monthly spread here. Oops. Monthly spread here. So what I've been doing, sorry, let's check the framing here. So what I've been doing is a kind of monthly cover page. I don't really know what to do with this page yet. Then the calendar, which I fill in after the fact, and then yeah, it's kind of boring, but I know in the last, so she did a revision prior to this undoing of the revision, where she put the dates, not the dates, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up in the corner, because she was like, I feels weird, you know, selling basically just pages with columns in it, but I'm like, actually, that's what I want. I just want the special paper, and the columns, because I do use the columns as a kind of focal point. What I do wish we could see in the future is these being kind of this same dotted line as these guys. Because right now I end up whiting out, mostly it's the bottom, I end up whiting out. I would love to see that these get a little less prominent, so I don't have to white them up, but that's just a personal preference. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, and then you start the next month. So that's because since it's not dated, we have to account for months that have more weeks. So before you get to your last week in a month, so let's say you're only allotting 4 weeks to a month, before you get to that last week, definitely swap out these last 2 pages, because then you're gonna have a weird flappy flap. Like it's gonna end up looking like this if you care. That happened to me in last January. I wasn't thinking, or is it February? One of the months. I wasn't thinking, and so this whole thing just repeats however many times. Well, not however many times, it repeats 12 times. Well, 11 more times, but there's a total of 12 months, and actually, I feel like my current version has an extra set of dot grid pages in the back, but I don't really use them, so this works well for me. I've also, not from Sadie Stickers, but I would recommend, if you are interested in protecting your, these are falling. If you're interested in protecting this from ripping, to invest in these little, I don't even know what they're called, hole reinforcement stickers. I got these just off of Amazon. They're clear, they are glossy though, but they're clear, they'll help, keep your holes protected when you're flipping through, because we're about mid-December now. Yeah, about. And I still have to work through, I think I got October done. So here's the stack. Right, here's the stack. And then here is what it looks like. I mean, I know it's in a binder, but like, look at that. I still have to do November and December in this thing. So, and I don't know what the size of these rings are. These might be the 30 instead of the 35. But look how chunky that... Let me go the other way. Look how chunky they get. So I'm assuming that there will be wear on these. If I didn't have my hole protectors, there would definitely be wear on my my holes. Which could mean that they could rip out, so having the hole reinforcers is a good idea for just being able to flip through without worry about the pages ripping. So that's just if you're curious. I'm not sure where. I have a couple of Aura Estelle A5Y clouds laying in reserve. So I'm not sure if I'm going to just switch colors, which I probably will do, switch colors. Or if I'm going to relocate 2025 inserts and move this into the lavender, because I am a lavender girl. But that is the Sadie Stickers inserts, A5 wide. Going to continue this, so that should not be a surprise. The other, so I don't know if you saw the invoice. You saw how much I paid. I only got up to the $50 freebie just because I didn't have too much that I need from Sadie stickers. At least not until after the subscription like lapses and I'm not getting the subscription anymore. That way I can return to choosing my own stickers. And I have a lot of foil, so I don't really buy that much foil anymore. But first, freebies first. So this was a freebie that I didn't know we were getting. This little kind of journal-y pink sparkly bow sticker. Very cute, very cute. Then we have the PR freebie. I got Shanice's freebie. She has two box liners, these dainty florals and the petals and like dot clusters that I really like. Hers is in gold. These two different golds. Ooh, I can't tell. So this is the regular gold. I think they're the same gold. They're all the same gold. So this is gold. Then this is the all orders freebie, which is 4 sets of 2026 scripts or date numbers, whatever. You know what I mean. They are, if I recall correctly, well, you can see it. They're not cut out from each other, but you could just easily cut them yourself. So we have like a typewriter key looking font, a friendship bead, Scrabble, and like distress numbers on graph paper. So that is fun. And then this is the $50 plus freebie 2026 balloons in gold. I believe her New Year's collection was in gold. Thus why she decided to have this freebie only in gold. Unfortunately, my New Year's collection is not in gold, but that is okay. I can stick it somewhere. I'll find a place to put it. Because I'm not letting this go to waste. I might even just stick it in front of, yeah, I might just stick it in front of the inserts to have something fun up there. So those were all of the freebies. The stuff that I got, let's start with these smaller ones first. Let me bring you down. I'll bring you back up again. I grabbed these sparklers in the 4 foils just because I wanted to. I don't know. I'll find a use to use them. I like how, like, I like their movement and how big they are, so I got it in gold. Oop, it's in out of order. Hollow. That's rose gold. Rose gold, sorry. And then silver. So, you know me, I am a hollow girly. I also brought these ribbons. They're probably, yeah, they're inverse to how I like to do it. These, what are these called? Ribbon washi garland. Very cute, very girly. I think the only thing I have to think about is that when I do my spreads, I do like the full, you know, the full length look. So it's harder, it's going to be harder to achieve that look if that is what I'm setting out to do with this kind of garland. I would have to just intentionally not do the full length look with the garlands, which is fine. It's just if I have my heart set on it, I'm not going to be able to do it. So that was gold, silver, rose gold, and hollow. That's it for foil. And then the other thing I got were some journaling bits. Let me lift you up just a hair. There we go. There we go. My stand's a little jank. There we go. So I have the hollow balloons. These come, I don't know if you can get them separately. I think they come like 2 per, like 1 sheet of this. So you have 3, no, that's not 3, that's just 4, 4, that's 5, 5. I'm looking at vowels, 4 and 5 U's. That is an interesting choice. So 3 to 5 vowels. Looks like, generally speaking, 3 to 4 consonants, depending on usage. So this sheet's A through N, and then N through Z here, and you have 3 C's. So you could spell amazing pizza with this like this arrangement of letters. There we go. That was a very difficult word to say. So I got them in hollow, and then I grabbed the blue balloons also. I'm assuming they're the same composition, yeah. And I got the blue ones because I have pink ones coming. I think I also have pink ones from the Pretty Pinko. I'm more likely to use the pink ones than the blue ones. But I want to have them on hand just because, I don't know. I could use them. I was just looking, I thought that was O for a second. I was like, why is O after P? But yeah, that is it. I mean, the big thing I got was the inserts from Sadie stickers, but you know, got tiered freebies. You gotta at least get the bottom one, right? Well, not the bottom one, but you gotta get past the all orders freebie, so you gotta put a little bit in so you can get above the all orders freebie. So that is my little itty bitty order from Sadie stickers. Okay, so the second Black Friday order we're going to look at is Saucy Stickers Co. Now, I will say that this did come in a cello. But when I opened, hold on, there's an invoice in here. When I opened it to like look at everything, the cello ripped. So it is no longer in the cello, but it did come inside a cello that has this little cute thank you sticker on it. So it did come in a cello. And then I don't know, I would assume this is because I'm on the PR team. This is really sweet. She gave us all little cards with this little cat on it. I'm gonna just take a quick peek at this off camera. Okay, I have to at least show you what the card looks like. Look how cute it is. And she also had these little pet cats included too. Oh, Rebecca, that is so sweet. Thank you. And thank you for your lovely note. Just know that you're an amazing cat mom. Jasper is waiting for you, and all of those kitties that you're helping. If you're not aware, Rebecca did take in a few strays. I think they ended up on our porch or something. I forgot exactly the details at this point in time. But she did take in a few strays, and she said that she was going to take care of them since the local shelters were full. And she was asking for some help, and of course, since I too am a cat mom, I contributed to just getting her started with some supplies. This is what happens with washi paper sometimes. So, like, I'm here to support you if I can. Well, I am here to support you in whatever endeavors you want to do. Maybe not always financially, because I'm not the most financially responsible person. But I am here to be a cheerleader for you. Oh, it looks like we got our new PR freebies. So, if you're passionate about something, trust me, I'm going to be there to cheer you on. So first, yeah, thank you, Rebecca. I do PR for her, so I probably got that because I do PR for her. It was very sweet. So let's do other freebies. Let's do the tiered freebies first. Is everything... There we go. Everything's off camera. So, full disclosure, I did not spend $200. But, like I said, PR team, so, perks of being part of the PR team. Die cut that she threw in with all of the Black Friday, or I'm not sure, I would assume it was all the Black Friday orders. This was not advertised as part of the tiered freebies. The all orders freebie is this, well, the whole thing is kind of Valentine's Day themed. The first one is this little guy here. I don't know if I'm not sure if it's like a paper trail plan situation, which just kind of depends on the paper type. I would assume hers, I've only ever got hers in premium matte, so I would guess that they're always going to be in premium matte. So it's this cute kind of anthropomorphic sort of Valentine's-y red hearts Valentine's theme. So we got this composition here, torn paper, and some other Valentine's deco. So that was the all orders freebie. This would be your $50 freebie. Some compositions. Ooh, I like that sketchy line right there. Look at that. That says love songs. And then we have, it's got cozy Valentine's feeling. More deco, forever and ever. Then we have the $100 freebie. So we have a little bit of compositions here. Carte Postelle, or however you pronounce that. Postle. A desk here with a typewriter. Some more deco, some candy hearts in her jar. Red Valentine's Day theme. Oh, she's cute. Look at this composition with this ballerina. We have this houses here. And then Happy Valentine's Day. A little cherub. This gives me like Parisian vibes here. Very cute. So, unfortunately, this is not available, but this is an example of Rebecca's tiered freebies. The more you spend, the closer to a kit you get. Moving that off to the side. Now on to PR freebies. So as I've mentioned, I do PR for Rebecca's shop. She actually like got our winter freebies updated relatively quickly. I was kind of surprised. So this is Meg's freebie from Magnificent Plans. She has the stacked film strips, stacked Polaroids, and some snowflakes. Then we have Coco's, or Chanel. I actually don't really know how to pronounce. I always call you Coco, so I'm sorry. But this is Coco's freebie. Everyone says this is Coco's freebie, so I've always just assumed it was Coco. Chanel, I'm assuming. I'm sorry. But like I said, I know you as Coco. But this is her freebie at Coco Lux Designs. She has she's definitely dipped more into junk journaling type of spreads. So we have like what's this called? A library card. Not the card, but the thing for the book. You know what I mean? Maybe. Do you know what I mean? Do people know what I mean when I say this? Because I feel like I haven't gone to the library in a while, but they're digital now. Like they give you a little receipt with when things are due back. So this is very old school. These beads that say spell out journal, headphones, masking tape, and little stars down here. Then we have Mariah's freebie. Very pink Valentine's Day junk journaling. We have an envelope, ticket, wax seal, bow, some stars, paper clip, no, safety pin, and then like a binder clip. And then we have, we're a little stuck here. We have some washi freebies. Let me stick these down here and use this as a backing. This is Jenny's freebie from Jenny and Her Plans. She has two corners here that look like quilts. A little cat in a frame, a little duck in a frame, some like cross hatches, some moths, and like accent pieces. So that's Jenny's. This is Cassie from Sweet Like Honey Plans, winter freebie with winter deco, fashion person, snowflakes, cozy vibes. And then this is Jess of Lustrous Plans. So she has a like stained lace down here, some coffee stains, coffee or tea. It could be tea too. And this says warm wishes and warm and cozy. And I know she really loves using Rebecca's like like white text on black script. I forget what she called, like what that's called, but it's like spring quotes or whatever. I know Jess uses those a lot. And then lastly, it says my freebie. My freebies basically are gonna kind of look the same, or at least they have these two main focal points that always are gonna just be there. I was inspired by the, oh my goodness, which collection? It was like Winter Falls or something. It was a winter collection Rebecca released last year, and I really love the colors of that kit. I wasn't able to use it, but I really love the colors of that kit. So that was kind of the inspiration for like this half of the freebie. So you have your doublet, which is, this is what I call, this is how I refer to them, the doublet, which are like the steely blue and the purple. Pulled in the purple bows from her, the bows from that, not the, you know, what do they call it? Coquette bows. The coquette bows. Then she threw in some of these accents here. This triplet is in this silver, which makes sense for winter. Oh my goodness. And the quote here says, "Bathe in the warmth of the light." It's a Kingdom Hearts reference. But yeah, those are the winter PR freebies. Throw any of our names to get any of them. So that is it for freebies. That was quite a long segment. On to things that I got. So let's do the kit first. So Rebecca released 2 kits. 2 decorative collections, and then some extra things. So she released a winter kit called, why can't I remember what it was called? I mean, does it really matter? Yeah, it's fine. It's not, oh, it's gonna bother me that I can't remember what it was called. Well, we move on. But she released that, and she also released this cute, like, well, it's named Patisserie. She also released this cute Valentine, like, you could use it for Valentine's Day. It's an anytime kind of kit, but it's more like a baking kit rather than a Valentine's Day kit, per se. And then she did revamp her formats. I did not get the entire, Snow Kissed. That's what it was called, because it uses this artwork. In case you were curious, this is a Dash of Frost 7 freebie, but it uses this artwork. I knew I was going to remember it. So moving on, back on track. Pregnancy brain, Jesus. She did do a little bit of a reformat, but mostly it was, the deco part is still the same, I believe. So this is, I think, moving on. I'll remember what I got when I get to the end. So Patisserie, back on track. Sorry. Back on track. Patisserie is technically an anytime baking kit, but I see it has a February bullet journal theme. I should be able to still set that up. Baby number 2 isn't due until April, so I anticipate getting up to definitely February, maybe March, probably through March. I'm not sure about April. So, I picked this up with that in mind. I picked everything up on washi paper because I do like how the washi paper looks in my bullet journal. So deco page 1, her deco pages have a mix of large and small deco with compositions and quotes and whatnot. So this first one has the girl with the doily layered on the back, the florals, swatch, and what is she calling these? The lace trim. Yeah, she's calling that like a lace trim. It says made with love here. And then we have like chocolates and oven mitts and other baking tools and this cute little display here. So that's page 1. Page 2 has this other cute fashion girl here. This patisserie sign, measure with your heart. Although in baking, you really should follow the recipe. I get what it's trying to say, but in baking, you really should follow. Those ingredients are proportioned for a reason. Then we have another kind of like a display scene here. We have the lace, what did I just call it? Lace trim, floral here, and a little tray. I do find the, Why didn't I grab this up? Whatever. I'm curious as to why I didn't grab the florals in premium. I still like the florals in premium. I do find the contrast between the florals and the art very interesting. These seem very... They seem more realistic versus the kind of hand-drawn style of the artwork. It's just it's an interesting observation. I like it. That's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily good. It's just an interesting observation. So then we have another lace trim here on page 3. Serving tray, baked goods, the pink doily, another display piece, Italian cream cake. Whoa. Yeah, it has butter, Crisco, sugar, egg yolks, flour, salt, baking soda, buttermilk, vanilla, chopped nuts, and coconuts. So you cream the Crisco, butter, and sugar. You add the egg yolks one at a time. Add vanilla, mix dry ingredients together. Add alternately with milk. Add coconut and nuts. Bake well. Fold in stiffly beaten egg whites. Bake at 350 for 25 minutes in a 13 by 9 inch pan. It's a recipe for Italian cream cake. I wonder where she got... Oh, I would assume this part of the clip art. It very much is in the same world. So that's... Sorry. You know, I like to read these things. It's page 3. So page 4, you have like a label here. This girl... What is she doing? She's not cutting it. She's probably adding some deco on top. Like the fruits and stuff. Stand mixer wrapped. We got little hearts here and here and here. This is just a very cutesy collection. Then we have page 5. This girl whisking. Another tray. Piping bag. Cake display. A little, not flat lay, but like you're in the middle of baking with all of this layering in the back. Very cute. It's just a very cute collection. I like it. That's what made me think it was Valentine's-y. Okay, so then here is page 6, which is the last page of the deco. You have the bakery storefront here with a little sitting area up front. Apron. Parfait? Kind of looks like a parfait. Another lace trim. A recipe box. Very cute. Very cute. I like it. I like it. I like pink for my February bullet journal. So if you pick up just the deco bundle, you will get this. I feel like I might have gotten the whole kit. I don't remember. Yes, I did. I did get the whole decorative kit. So this is the ephemera page, which used to go by mood board, but it's now just part of the decorative bundle because people were, generally speaking, were picking it up anyway, so it just made sense for her to put it as part of the decorative bundle. So you have another lace trim, you have a recipe card, some of these elements that were part of the background, this frame which is cut out here, here, and here. Oh no, I folded the page. That is on me. Oh no, I folded the sticker. We're gonna have to flatten that back out. Oh gosh. Don't do that, guys. Saved it. I don't think it really would have made an impact. This was what used to be called the mood board. It used to be a separate add-on, but is now just part of the decorative bundle. And then you have the floral bundle, which consists of the floral edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges with hearts and little bows included. This would be really cute to complement the, or to use the coquette bows with. This is the freebie version, which for some reason just sits off in the corner there. I'll probably just tuck this in with this collection. But this would be really cute to use with this decorative kit brain. You also have the corners. So 4 large corners, and I like it. She filled in with the hearts. It's very cute. Those are going to be really fun to pull in throughout the spread. And then we have the bouquets. Just lots of movement. And then the floral borders, which I'm trying to remember if this was the washi page. I think this was its own. Yeah, I think floral borders was always its own page. Yeah. It always was, because it's a 4-page floral bundle. So you have the mirrored florals here. I don't know if people are, well, actually no, Dutch stores are kind of taking off in this side of the community right now, so it makes sense that a lot of people would be doing mirrored floral, like mirrored washies. And then we have this lace one, and do note that this is pretty close to full length, so it would span, actually they don't go necessarily edge to edge, so this would be just shy of edge to edge, I think. But they would span wider than your 4 columns, for sure. And then the torn paper, which is one of Rebecca's signatures. So we have this burlap-y kind of lace pattern, this wallpaper, blue wallpaper pattern, this pink wash, and the pink stripes. And then, I think that's... Is that the entire bundle? I think it might have been the entire bundle. So if you pick up the entire deco bundle, I believe this is everything. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is an add-on for this collection, specifically the lace trim. So you have, these two are the same. These two are the same, different colors. Then you have like this just bow one. And then you have 2 of the pink and then 1 of the blue here. And this is also, I picked it up on washi paper. And then this is the large florals. Again, I picked these up on washi. I feel like I probably should have grabbed these on premium. I feel like I like my large florals to be on premium matte, just to have a different dimension. But it's okay. We move on. And this is the one thing with washi paper, when you store it, if the edge lifts up, you're better just ripping that off. So you have 1, 2, 3, you have 4 large bouquets here. And then, I'll come back to you. So this was one of the patterns. I'm trying to think what the other one was. Cause there's usually 2 patterns. Part of me wants to say it was either the pink or this burlap-y pattern, but I can't remember. But I picked up pattern 1, which is the pink pattern. I guess I was just leaning into the pink when I made my purchase. And then if you've noticed, on the decorative kit, there was a page with washi strips that would substitute in for your regular washi. She has now expanded it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now you have 5 options. So think paper trail plans, I think, is the closest version, because Dash of Suns are usually more scenic. So she got rid of the version that was in the deco bundle, and it's now in this full-size sheet with more options, which is pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So that is Patisserie, which you will see, fingers crossed, in February for my bullet journal. But wait, there is more. Rebecca also released these new, she called them aesthetic journaling kits. I don't think she's married to that name, but they're journaling kits based on different archetypes. I guess that's the best word to say it, to different archetypes. So she released 3 of them. I only picked up 2. I just wasn't really vibing with the vintage one. That's just not my cup of tea. So I picked up Black Heart, even though like that's not really my, like that is very much not my aesthetic. But I liked how it looked. And then I picked up a Dreamer. And then some other random journaling stuff. But first, let us go over to the Black Heart journaling kit. So this is kind of your goth girl, alt girl, I believe is what I've heard in the community. It's like your girl that loves black. Her soul is black. Her wardrobe is black. everything about her is black, which is not it's just cute. It's not cute. It's just not like me. I'm not that type of person, but I like it has an aesthetic. So they're 3-page journaling kits. I don't really know what I'm gonna use them for, but I wanted them. So this is Black Heart, page 1, which is mostly deco. I feel like these are all mostly deco. These are cut out here. I'm just gonna take the one out. So those will not be full if you don't need them to. So you got a fashion girl here, the little black cat, the bralettes, the black roses. This is also cut out here and here, so those will not be in there. The cake, page 1. Page 2, you have another girl, and these are kind of larger layering pieces, I would say. Yeah, like larger layering pieces. You got a torn paper up here. These stars right here, from here to here, this star is part of that. These stars are separate. She gives you a lot of like accent pieces. And then that's page 2. Then page 3, again, more deco. You got the girl with the bubble gum. The sketch box is really cool. I dream about being with you forever. Black lace heart, black butterfly, black cherries. Very cool. So if you bought just the journaling kit, that is what you would get. She also had these, like, I think it was like a pattern bundle, and in the pattern bundle were patterns that could go with different kits. So technically it's like a 4-page journaling kit, but the pattern was just in a separate listing. So this is the noir pattern, which very much goes with the vibe. And then lastly, I picked up these large florals from Solitude because I still have, let me see if I could find them. I still have pieces from, this is not the binder I want. I still have pieces from, oh, what was her one of her February collections from last year. It's in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Here. So these are just going to go together. I have pieces of this still. How much of this did I buy? I've forgotten how much of this I bought. And then this freebie from Starlight Paper. This was her Starlight Paper's Black Friday freebie from her return. So I have all of this to kind of bring into this collection here. I told Sita I wanted her to make this into a full kit. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But moving back. So I actually got, what did I buy? I don't remember what I bought last year, honestly. Maybe actually I got some of this with the D-Stash. So this is the Solitude collection from last year, Rebecca's Solitude collection from last year. I know I grabbed a few of these pieces. You know what? I think I got some of this in a D-Stash. And like, while again, it's not exactly the same, I feel like if I wanted to, that'd be cute, mix and match this with this, I'd be able to. So these are all probably just going to go into the same place. This would be really cute for February. I think I'll just use that as a cover page for something. Ooh, cover page or monthly spread. Sorry, distraction. So this is probably all just gonna go together, because they're in the same like color world. And I paired these two together last year. So that is going to be the plan, part of the plan for this collection. Whenever I figure out what I'm going to do with it, because I don't know yet. But that is the Black Heart journaling kit. Over to Dreamer, which I think appeals to my whimsical, soft, kind of head in the clouds girl. Very soft, very artsy, I think, in a sense. Kind of, you know, she'd be the girl that's really into, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like astrology, reading dreams, self-care, very much into art. It's called Dreamer. This is the aesthetic I strive to have, but I do not. I do not have this kind of aesthetic whatsoever. So you got your fashion girl here. That dress, stunning. I want that dress. I can't wear that kind of dress though. Dream on, little dreamer, daydreamer, with love, press for champagne. And then you have like a mirror, some Polaroids, this little hand here. Very romantic. That's another word I was looking for. And then we have page 2 with this girl here. She's cute. Ticket to Anywhere. She dreams more than she sleeps. This is really pretty, very cosmic. It's kind of like a mishmash of like antique, vintage, celestial, things that I like internally just don't express outwardly, like physically. We got Saturn here, this heart frame, and then this is the last one. Oh, look how stunning she is. She's so pretty. And then we have these gold corners. You're My Daydream, Polaroid, very much gold color palette. And then from the pattern bundle, I grabbed the neutral cloud pattern. That's what it's called. Ooh, neutral cloud pattern. That just goes so well with this, dude. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet. I'm just gonna have to figure it out when we get there. I knew I had to have them. And then lastly, just some miscellaneous random journaling sheets. I grabbed the Yuletide collection from Paper Trail Plans, but I wanted this ephemera to use with it. Rebecca released 2 ephemera sheets, like vintage Christmas ephemera sheets with her, it was her Christmas collection. It was not called Yuletide because that was Paper Trail Plans. It's gonna bother me that I don't remember, but that's okay. But she released those, and then these were already in the shop. I just picked up 2 of her 2 different kinds of vintage music. This is version 2 and this is version 1. So version 2 is on the white, version 1 is on like this like cream beige pattern. And that was because, I don't know, I feel like I could pull these in. I like using musical motifs in my journal, in my bullet journal, in my spreads. And with that is everything I grabbed from the Saucy stickers. Rebecca, if you're watching, maybe you are. Girl, you are killing it with the shipping game. One woman show over there, taking care of 3, well, actually I think she has another cat. She does have another cat. Jasper is no longer with us. That beautiful soul is in kitty heaven. But she's raising 3 fosters. 3, I'm pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's 3. And she's just killing the game. She really is. And then, yeah, so hopefully you will see Patisserie in my February bullet journal. And again, if Rebecca has tiered freebies, you know you want the journaling stuff, get them. And then, again, here's my freebie, but throw anyone's name in the notes to get theirs. And with that, I have talked far too much, which is why I film these haul segments, because it's a lot of talking. So that is it for this portion. All right, on to the next little bit here. So we have Starlight Paper. This is from the birthday sale, so pre-Black Friday. This is miss+meow's Black Friday. And then this is Graceful, Muse, Paperie's December subscription. I was very surprised when I came home and found it in this giant envelope, but this will be held off towards the end with all of the subscription things, hopefully. But moving on, so let's break into this stuff. So let me bring you down just a smidge here. I know this is a mini collection that I grabbed, so make sure. Oh, invoice is in here. Sorry, that's right. I forget the invoice. Oh, it's in here. Let me pull the invoice out. So I didn't grab too much because Sita's birthday sale was in October. Black Friday was coming up in November, so I was like, I don't want to be spending too much. I remember this. I remember this time. This was a bad time in my life, because I wrote a note and I was like, because normally when I leave when I put in my order, I usually leave a comment or thoughts on the collection that I'm picking up. I was like, oh my goodness. So I wasn't able to write a lot on here. But yeah, back to what I was saying was the, oh, it's okay. This did take a while, but I get it. I talk to Sita on a somewhat regular basis. I know she's going through a lot right now, so I'm not upset, but that's because I know that she's going through a lot, so she's trying to figure out her life. But I guess that's me as a PR person, you know. Give grace. I know she communicated that she was working on the orders a little while ago, to shop owners, especially if they're like one-man shops. And I've deviated from what I was talking about again. Yeah, so her birthday sale was in October around her birthday, her actual birthday. She told me what it was, 24th? 20s. I wrote it down. I just don't know off the top of my head. I knew Black Friday was coming around the corner, so I was like, I shouldn't buy a lot from the birthday sale. Sorry, Zita. Love you, but I need to not buy a lot before Black Friday. So I did go in just to grab one of the things that she released. But first, let's admire the vellum. So open for goodies. She hands letters your name here. And then, I mean, I think like the hand lettering is still such a sweet touch. Which shop owners do, and shop owners do that. I totally forgot that there were tiered freebies for the birthday sale. Totally forgot. So, well, that's sweet. Let's see. Let me find all of the freebie things, and that's my actual order. Okay, so start with the PR freebies. So she does have myself, and Rebecca has PR people. So this is my PR freebie, and this is Rebecca's, the Rebecca of Saucy Stickers Co. My code to save will be CAT15 if you want to purchase from Sita's shop. You can throw either of our names. It looks like it's in a random foil, because the last time I got Rebecca's, it was in gold. So maybe they're just random foil pools now, which, if that makes it easier for the shop owner, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Alright, so I forgot that there were tiered freebies. Oh my god, this is so stunning. I'm going to bring you down so I don't have to work so hard. I'll bring you back up. Oh my god, look how pretty this is. A little bit of foil schmutz. This is so pretty. Oh my god, made of stardust and magical things. A soul full of stars. Look at this. What? This is on a washi paper. I'm just gonna keep reiterating it. She has transitioned all of her foil things onto washi paper instead of transparent matte, because washi paper is just easier to foil, and she was having issues with her transparent matte, so I'm apologizing if you've heard this a million times, but like the washi foil does lay down slightly differently, but I think like the foil payoff. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's this girl, she is so pretty. You have the moth, these like cluster, like twinkle things with the clouds in them. This is in silver. Oh my god, it's so pretty. That is gorgeous. So this is the birthday sale 25 plus freebie. So we have this blue celestial themed kit. So you have a fashion person here with this hand. It's a hand back here. The moths, the stars, and then a fashion person here. Male facing. A skull with flowers. That was 25. Then this is 50. Wow, that's just pretty. You have this chair with the upholstery. I'm sorry about my nail. I'm not really sorry, but like I see it. This robe, this girl holding the moon, a soul full of stars, these hands, and then the 100 plus freebie, which is, bring it up a little bit. You have your 2 torn papers here, a film strip, this window, and then more moths, books, the moon with the face, this fashion guy here, this fashion person here. This reminds me a lot of the, what was that collection called? I have it, hold on, I have it to hand. Or I know where it is. It reminds me a lot of the, you're in here, Winter Solstice collection. So I'm wondering if it's like an extension or a sequel to Winter Solstice. I do not believe that collection is in the shop anymore. She did retire a bunch of kits at her birthday sale. And I would imagine since Winter Solstice was one of the earlier kits that she had brought to the shop during her return, it's probably not there anymore, but this is the tiered freebies. Oh my goodness, this one alone is just so pretty. If there's a collection coming up that's like this, ooh, so these were the tiered freebies. I showed you the PR freebies, and I just went in to grab this cute little mini collection. No, she calls them whimsical littles. She released a Christmas themed one, which leans into like the browns and like deep reds, and it's called it's called Jolly Season. Her mini collections are 8 pages. Yeah, 8 pages. Whimsical Littles mini collections, same thing. And they're kind of more geared towards like Hobonichis or daily journaling rather than like standard weeklies. So they'll prominently feature larger fashion people, larger deco, have quotes. They are not foiled. And I believe they're available on both washi paper and premium mats, because like I said, she doesn't do transparent matte anymore. Look at the rosiness of this girl. The rosy cheeks. You have the postage stamp. Holly Jolly Christmas. These are individually cut out. I don't know if you can see the cut lines, but they are individually cut out. You have, this is like a cookie, an ornament, the shoes. So this is page 1. Page 2. Oh, it's got like a green, like what you would expect to be black is green. Look at that. I didn't even realize it. You have the Polaroid with the deer, the wreath here, and then this large house that kind of looks like a gingerbread house. The green like decos, like accent decos, and then this tree. So this is page 2. This is page 3, with this larger girl. She's drinking some sort of beverage, and it's probably a cold beverage, because it's in a glass. I mean, I guess you have like glass hot drink cups, but I usually associate, you know, glass cups with cold drinks, like hot chocolate maybe, some kind of pudding, bread pudding, pie, I don't know, more hot chocolate, more deco, cold hands, warm hearts, and more like accent pieces. Page 4 has these girls decorating the tree. So anyway, the wreath, the bauble, and then you have this girl on the other, she'll be facing the other way. And then the presents here. Page 5 has this fashion girl. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Some skates, this lantern, this other house. Actually, this is more like a storefront to me. The snowman. So this is like a warmer tone collection where it's not so, like the white isn't so starkly white. It definitely leans a little more into the creams. So that's page 5. Page 6. Wow, look at the holly in her hair. And her earrings. And I've noticed that some of these, so I thought maybe it was like a print thing, but it's not. It's definitely not. There's like a pattern here on these little green accent pieces. And you have the green snowflakes. We know how I feel about colored snowflakes. This bouquet. This looks like a bouquet just because it looks like you can hold it behind where this bow is. This other fashion person, she's dressed up to go outside with her hat. Then we have page 7. This one also makes me think storefront. I don't know why. It's the bay window, probably. It just makes me think storefront. May all your days be merry. And then you have this fashion girl here. This sweater looks cute. This ensemble. Then you have like some postage deco, presents. And then page 8. Look at her hair. It's so cute. This one too. And then you have a Polaroid with the hand holding the cocoa ornament, and then the little deer here. So the whimsical, like this is like the true whimsical littles are these 8 mini kit pages. She'll usually offer patterns, but they're on the half size sheet. Why do I not have, like, the size sheet will be like this rather than a full size sheet. And then alphabets. She usually has coordinating alphabets to go with the collection. But yeah, I only went into the birthday sale just to grab this because I really like this. It is a little late in the season, but that's okay. Like I said, I knew she was going through some things. And she's figuring out a strategy so that she can be much more consistent in the future. There's just a little housekeeping, I guess. If you're not interested in little housekeeping, you can move forward. But she did say to me, actually she posted on Instagram too, at one point she was thinking about closing the shop, but with all of the kind words and all of the orders and all of like people sharing and people purchasing, she found a like renewed purpose, I guess maybe that's the way to say it. So she's figuring out a game plan to be more consistent. And I told her, you know, if closing the shop is what is best for you, I'll be sad, but I would understand, because at the end of the day, you are the most, like, you yourself are what really matters. Like, not having the stickers anymore, I'll be a little sad about, but your mental health and managing your life and finding your own routine and all of that is more important than satisfying my desire to have your stickers. But she did say that she's working on figuring out her routine and figuring out stuff so that she can be more consistent. But, you know, I feel like some shops just have their own rhythm, and her rhythm is just not the same as like Sadie stickers or Saucy or paper trail plants. Her rhythm is just different. So as long as you're aware of that, just want to make that transparent. So that was the housekeeping. I did have a Black Friday order with her, but like I said, she's usually a little, it takes her, she has a longer lead time, so I already know that it's going to take a while. Plus I know I'm going to use whatever collection she releases in March anyway. I'm waiting on the Lunar New Year collection. I told her just make that whole collection, just make one for me, and then when you release it, you could just wait for me to put my transaction in, and then you could go ahead and send it, because I'm buying it. It doesn't matter what it is. So that is this order from Starlight Paper. So next up, let me go over to miss+meow. This is the Black Friday order. Invoice. Let me make sure that's there. So, what did I purchase? I don't remember. I'm guessing like the collection itself is sitting in its own cello. So this is kind of like everything else that I got. Let me find like there was only one fee. Alright. I got the rose gold balloons. I don't remember doing that. Freebies. First, we'll break into that one in a little bit. You can go off to the side here. So this is the Black Friday Deluxe freebie. She actually did reach out to the PR team for input on this. She was curious because she said she hadn't planned in a while, which is part of why she moved fulfillment over to Sadie stickers. She wanted to be able to get back into her planner, which I've talked to Christine about that, and Regina did do memory planning before, but with the shop, the kids, and like, you know, manufacturing, I could see how that kind of fell by the wayside. So that was part of her decision to move the fulfillment over. But she's like, it's been a while since I've planned, like, do you think this would be useful? And the PR team made some suggestions, and this is what we kind of ended up on. So we ended up with this, I'm not sure if it's a random pool, if it was always in rose gold. My collection is in silver, so maybe it was just random pool, maybe she decided rose gold. Rose gold seems like a miss+meow color to me. If I were to pick a foil color to represent miss+meow, it would be rose gold. So yeah, so we have 4 of these like bow corner things. We have a whole set of dates. The months all spelled out, a 2026 here in rose gold. Oh, that would be perfect for my New Year's spread. Maybe it was the New Year's collection in rose gold? I feel like it was gold. I could be wrong. And then you have a set of date scripts here, and then just random sparkles and twinkles scattered throughout, and then these hearts, the heart, the bow, and these hearts are cut out in the twinkles too. And I think you have the same set at the bottom, just inverse. So this was the deluxe freebie for Black Friday shopping. Let's do the other things that I got first. I did grab the Your Year sampler in the 3 foils, just because I feel like, you know, celebration kits you can kind of just use whenever. Or celebration foils you can use with a lot of different kits, and they could end up in any color. I did not end up picking up her New Year's kit because I already had decided on the Dash of Sun one, but these are kind of useful enough for other kits. So I picked those up too. And then, I don't know, I'm just fascinated by these balloons. Let me lift you up just a hair more. Okay. So these are the balloons, and there are quite a few of the vowels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vowels, 8 A's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just 7 I's. So there's probably 7 to 8 vowels. And then between 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. I'm just trying to find one that's not 4. Looks like 4 consonants, except maybe these popular, like R is a popular one. There's 4 N's. 5 R's, 5 S's, 5 T's. Three Z's, so you can spell amazing pizza if you wanted to. So I got the balloons in gold, silver, and rose gold. I don't remember. I thought I only picked them up in gold and silver, but I must have picked them up in rose gold too. I don't remember doing that. Because this sheet looks a lot like the Paper Trail Plans sheet. So I was like, oh, I have that in the pink, so I don't need it in rose gold. But clearly, I didn't remember that. Then I also got the number balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, if you remember from, I think I have it at hand. For her last New Year's collection, she released like these bigger versions, which I picked them all up. In her three foils. Although the rose gold definitely is a little more copper for here. See, the rose golds are different. This one's manufactured by Regina. I mean, I don't know if that's why. So she had those last year, so there's just like a smaller version for this year. I like using them for like birthdays and stuff like that. So there is 1 through 9, a set of zeros, stars, and hearts. And then I also picked those up in the 3 foils. So that was the journally, kind of junk journally stuff that Regina is branching out to. Onto the kits. I picked up Ice Princess, which is this blue winter kit foiled in silver with a touch of pink in it. You can see it in the florals. And then the quote box says, to appreciate the beauty of a snowflake, it is necessary to stand out in the cold. I kept thinking that was an R. And I always am fascinated, or like I love when the silver foil kind of looks a little blue in the with blue kits. So that is the quote box. It's kind of got like this frame around it too, which is pretty neat. You have your 2 florals, this castle scene here, this composition box here with the book, the snowflake in the jar. There's another word for it, I can't think of it off the top of my head. The fountain pen. This is kind of like, it's not a ballroom, it's like an entryway. And then a Polaroid here with the reindeer pulling the carriage. This opening in the forest. Words are really hard for me right now. With the bear, the polar bears standing there. And then the snowflake here with the foil. She was trying to figure out what else to add here. And a lot of us said we could see a pair of animals there. We just couldn't figure out which animals. She figured it out eventually. So this is your 9 full boxes. This is your kind of like icons and layering page. So you have her icons here, and there is, there is the kit. Fancies, torn papers, other layering bits. Then we have the boxes page, which has both swatches and like open boxes. A little bit of foiling on these, and her signature kind of like bows. And then the bottom washi and date covers with the like subtle pattern in the back with the snowflake. And then the snowflake on this here with this like pattern in this thin strip. The lace, date covers, and 2 sets of headers. Here is where you can really see like the silver foil kind of look blue. It's always fascinating to me. So this is the base kit. For add-ons, let's see. I don't even remember what I picked up, honestly. I picked up, what are you, Deco? See, not unfortunately, but with the move to fulfillment elsewhere, I don't like know what exactly everything is, because Regina used to put the names up there. Elements. So this is like a deco page. So elements, I have just really liked the fashion people here. This collection was kind of like Frozen Elsa inspired. So you have the two fashion people, the staircase. This is really neat. This grandfather clock with the scene in here. The mirror. This thing again. And then you have the crown, the key, frozen fountain, a pendant. And then we have the compositions page. Why did I think this was foiled? I thought this page was foiled, but it's not. So you have the wolf here with this frame, the snowflakes. What are you? The throne, the robe. This is like an icy texture back here. The cold never bothered me anyway. Winter kisses, snowflake wishes, and then this piano with like the notes flying out of it, and some florals back here. And then we have the mixed florals. Yeah, floral deco mixed. So this is the one that has your trim, which is mirrored. And then you have some large florals and the smaller florals here too. I find that this is probably a good amount of florals for me. Until it's not, which does happen. And then we have the, which one is this? This is Alcohol Ink 1 with the snowflake patterns in them, which, you know, I'm gonna, it's in the cart. It's in the cart. So you have the dark blue, this lighter shade of blue, this kind of like steely blue, and then the gray. And then lastly, I grabbed the foiled sampler. So you have her intertwined swirl at the top here, some icicles. This is really pretty. I like that. The mountain, the trees, the flurries, more mountains, and the polar bears, they are inverted. Yeah, they're inverted from the one on the kit. And then the castle and the staircase. Very pretty. So I'm not sure. I'm going to be using it next year. I just can't remember if it's January or February, because I moved some stuff around. Because I had another. I mean, I try to only use one kind of silver blue winter kit because I really don't want to be using like a million silver blue winter kits. Thus my fascination with the green, the green winter kits. So I don't remember where this is going. It's somewhere. I just can't remember off the top of my head. And I do PR for Regina's shop. You can save using my code CAT15. It does stack on new releases. And yeah, there's no freebie just because the manufacturing is outsourced. But you can always save a little bit more. So that is this little bitty order from miss+meow. Alright, so this last guy is Graceful Muse Paperie. I don't normally get it in this giant mailer. But I think, so how Graceful Muse Paperie's mysteries work is you usually get the one for the month ahead. So if you subscribe in, so how it usually works, it's like you subscribe for at the first of the month, and then the following month, following first of the month, that subscription ships, and that subscription or that kit is for the following month. I'm fairly certain that's how that works. So this was the December mystery, which should have gotten to me in early-ish November. But she did post something about having issues. I don't really remember. I kind of actually forgot about it, to be very honest with you. But then she posted saying something like she was running into issues, or they were behind for whatever reason, and I was like, you know, that's fine. I think the problem, if you want to call it that, is that there are add-ons for her mysteries that are month specific. So this is for December, so there were things in here that were specific to December 2025. So if you get it, like I did, which was mid-December-ish, you have a shorter window to use it. I believe some people use her like collection to set up a month. So the delay, I can see how a delay would have caused issues. So there's that. I also think she now has a new tier for her a mystery collection. It's like the deluxe package, which is like 70 something USD, and it's got like a lot of papers. I actually haven't seen anyone unbox it yet, because I think it started with this subscription, or the one right after this one. I don't remember. I think maybe it was January. So it would have been the next collection. So there's that. So, but let me get back. I usually get the Deco sampler, which was the second tier, but I guess now it's like the third tier. It's like 6-ish of her pages, 6 of her deco pages, which was more than enough. Well, I still haven't used one yet, but again, we'll get there. But it doesn't have like month specific things, so that's why it was kind of nice for me, so I didn't feel pressure to use it by a certain month, which was why I was content with grabbing the deco sampler. But yeah, so to my surprise, when I came home and found this giant package, also, you probably would have gotten this by now. If you don't want to be spoiled by any subscriptions moving forward, sorry, this is coming very late. The rest of this will be subscriptions. You can skip forward because I'm going to include some like non-sticker Happy Mail in this haul, but that's going to be like at the very end. This haul is going to be super long. But yeah, and so there's that. New shops. Comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz, or I'll see you in the next bit. Okay, sorry, moving on. So this, I don't know if it's the full, whatever she calls it. Hold on, is the invoice in here? Okay, the invoice is in here. But I know, oh no, don't rip. I know, like, the next tier up usually has this big vellum, so unless maybe that was for this collection, but I feel like, hold on, I know my invoice is in here. Yeah, washi sampler. That's what no, the deco sampler, which usually comes in like this size sheet. So I was very confused about all of this. Yeah, so let me start with what's not in the bag, the cello. Also, no, you still need to be up there. So, normally, like, whatever that higher tier is, hopefully I've remembered to pop it up on the screen somewhere. Usually get a vellum, is this A5? Not me with no A5, no, yes I have A, no, this is original size. What is my life? Okay, here's an A5. Things are falling apart. So this is an A5 notebook. So this is about A5. It's a little bit bigger than an A5 piece of vellum. It says, "Hello December." It's foiled in gold. "Winter, even in the coldest season, beauty quietly blooms." So you usually get a vellum. I've seen a lot of people use this as like a tip-in into their planner for like the start of the month. I don't usually do that, so I don't usually use it, but I maybe I can this time. But my December's in silver. No, it's in gold. I could tip it in after the fact if I wanted to. Stay there, because I'll need you in a little bit. And then you usually get one of these, like, it's not a vellum, it's like a scrapbooking paper maybe. Again, I've seen people like cut it in half and stick it in their A5s, because this is about, it's a little bigger than an whatever double A5 is. I don't know what size. Again, I don't normally get this. But I'm assuming that since it came out so late, she just bumped you up a tier or gave you extras. I don't really know. But this is not what I normally get, so I don't know the name of everything. But it's this beautiful paper. I've seen people haul them, and I'm like, I wish I had the energy and resources to use it. And it's foiled. Like, look at the foiling detail on here. The frame here is foiled. The frames are foiled. This floral is foiled. It's so pretty. And then you have the snowflakes here, this hand journaling, and then this advent calendar at the bottom here, and like deco. And it's just two-sided, so on the other side you have this plaid pattern with the snowflakes. So this is part of, not, I mean, I'm assuming it's part of the deluxe one too, but whatever that highest tier is called, I don't really know. And then onto this size sheet, which you get the card, the journal card, which is also foiled in gold here. And then the thank you note in the back. And then I know for sure this is something you usually get with that higher tier, is this little calendar. And this is what I mean. This is very specific to 2025. So the day I'm hauling this is the 15th. So no, 16th. 16th. So this is a functionally useless to me. I've already set up December. So if I was waiting, like, half the month is gone. And again, I'm not, I'm just pointing out how it could be an issue. I'm not, shop owners get busy, things happen. I'm not, and I told you, I quite frankly almost forgot about the mystery. But yeah, so this would be one of those reasons where it would be annoying if it came late, is if you kind of rely on this to set your stuff up. But it's pretty. It is a Sunday Start 2025 little deco on washi paper. I believe she only does washi paper. And then the collection is called Night Before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I don't. So it looks like this is like the next tier up, whatever that sample, whatever that one is called. So I usually get both pages of the journaling kit. I know that. So this is called The Night Before, foiled in gold. So you have composition, this kind of really sketch looking note here. Special delivery, North Pole, the letter with the florals in it. I can bring you down now that that vellum's out of the way. This Polaroid. This girl reading. Very pretty. I wonder what is going on here, that the tree's on the other side. And the presents, Santa's mailbox. This is really cool. This sweater pile with the plaid in the back, the socks. And is this a different gold than the... Yeah, I wonder what kind of... I wonder if it's the same gold, but it looks different on the washi paper, or if it's not the same gold. I've noticed that a few times, that the card and the washi paper look different. So that was journaling kit page A. And then this is page B, which I believe I usually get both of these. So you have the film strip here. Where's the foil? What camera? Pick it up. The foiling is so dainty, sometimes it's really hard to see. The girl here, the journaling thing we saw from earlier, the Polaroids are foiled, the hand holding the letter. This is some flags and circles and squares here, and this is 2 pieces, usually. Is it still 2 pieces? Yes, it is. Come on, there you go. This is 2 pieces. This is not foiled. And we have Floral and Torn Washi. What is the other one called? I feel like I usually get the washi strips. Yeah, I usually get the washi strips. I usually don't get this one. So we have this floral washi. Is it the same? Yeah, I think it's the same. It's the same, but this one has a little bit of foiling on it and it's separated. 2 thin strips, this torn strip, and then we have like the trims here, again, foiled. And then I usually get one of the illustrations. I don't usually get both, I believe. Yeah. So this is illustrations 1. You can pick up extras of her mysteries when they go live on the site, usually the month following the release. I was just there checking on something today, and I do not believe this is up yet. So, but if you were ever curious or liked a certain sheet, you could always see if there's extras of the sheet available. Sorry, so this is a girl at the desk. This hot, oh my goodness, look at that foiling. The hot chocolate with the candy cane, the bow, stack of logs, this home scene here, the snowman outside, the cookies, North Pole special delivery, this roast. So that's illustrations 1. Illustrations number 2. Wow. I need to use one of these. I just have to find, it's usually they come, and I usually have things picked out, and this is a little late. This came just like a smidge earlier. I would have used it. Maybe I could still use it in December in my bujo. We'll see. So here's like an advent calendar, the cookies and milk, this girl here, oh my goodness, the foil's like the snow. This looks like a stack of presents, the red door with the brick foiled. It's so pretty. The staircase. Oh my, look how pretty all of this foiling is. It's gorgeous. Then we have the washi strips, which is what I usually get. So you have like the bottom washi, which is foiled. This one's usually not foiled. Is this the same? This is the same, yeah. Just the other way. Well, you could just hold this the same way. It's the same width. Is it the same color? Maybe not the same exact color. And then these are just like torn papers in here. It's not one washi strip. Okay. So if out of this, I would have gotten these first 2. Usually one of these, that's 3, 4. And then I usually get the floral deco. Let me just jump over to floral deco real quick. I usually get the floral deco too, so this just has a little bit of splatter foiling on it. It's very dainty. It's very hard to pick up on camera, I think. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, and then just bouquets in the middle. And then I usually never get this page. The scenes, the large scenes. Look at the foiling on the florals. Look at that. And these trees are foiled here in front of this house. Back of the house, doesn't matter. The kitchen scene. And then another foil floral here. Or floral. There, you know what I mean. And then, so normally, like I said, I get these 2. Usually one of the illustrations, the washi, and the floral. And then I usually get a foil page or something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then usually it's like an extra thing of foil, or maybe it's an extra illustration. One time it was like die cuts, so I was like, huh. But I know if you get the tier up, you usually get this like functional page. So it has a Hello December, chapter 12, 6 sets of December scripts, a set of dates, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of days of the week, this month and some functional things like this month's 2 birthdays, 2 goals, 1, 2, 3, 4 to-dos, priorities, and two priorities. And these are on washi paper. So again, this would be a situation where if you were waiting for this collection to set up because you knew you were getting things like this, I can see how that would be a bit of a downer if you were waiting for this. But I don't usually use mysteries in a timely manner. And I still, like I said, I still have to figure out what I'm doing with the Graceful Muse Paperie mysteries. But there are times when I'm tempted to just subscribe to like that bigger tier. But I'm like, Kat, no, you can't do that because you don't know what you're gonna do with it. So don't do it, girlfriend. But honestly, if you're looking for easily kind of monthly setups, like this would be the easiest way for you to do it. In all transparency. And then they generally do get to you like the month before. Usually it's like, for me, she ships from the UK and I'm on the East Coast. And they usually get to me within like the first 10 to 12 days of the month. So it was a bit unusual that this came so late. But for me, coming 10 to 12 days ahead, if I'm using this to set up the following month, that's more than enough time. So, if you're looking for an option, if you're looking for something that you don't, like you just have your stickers, you want to throw them down, you don't have to think about collections, if you're not too picky about, like the themes and whatever, because that's usually my thing, is I'm really picky about themes. This would be a great thing for you to look at. I believe normally this is like $30 something. And like I said, the tier I get is like $20 for like 6 sheets. It's really a really good deal. So if you're interested, definitely check out Graceful Muse Paperie's subscription if you're looking for curated collections for monthly setups. So that is this bit. Okay, so this is going to be the first of like the non-sticker stuff, so if you don't really care about non-sticker things, you're free to click away. I probably have already said the outro, and you're probably wondering why there's more if you don't remember this, because it's probably going to be a very long haul. But this is from, I don't really actually know how to pronounce the shop's name, but the Drazub Outpost. If you remember from... I think it was in September. The last Plan With Me in September, the Sadie's August 23 mystery, I think. Sleep Token was in Philly for a show. I didn't find out till like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before that. And even though I probably wouldn't have gone because it was a Wednesday show and I don't really do those kind of things. And I'm pregnant and I don't really want to subject myself to those things while I'm pregnant just because you get tired. Yeah, so Sleep Token came to Philly, and this is Sleep Token related. If you went to the show or followed along the band and their socials and whatnot, you would have known that they released these coins for each of the shows. And I was like, hi, this is for Jerry. And like apparently they sold out really, really quick at the shows, and then the makers of the coins decided to sell them like a la carte, I guess, after the show, after the tour was done. There's one more feather in here. The feather has lore. I'm sure you guys know. Actually, I'm still like a relatively new sleep. Like, I don't really know much about their lore, and I don't think I really need to know much about their lore. I just know there's a flamingo. Yeah, a black flamingo, and I believe he is called Jerry. But yeah, so me wanting to get paraphernalia for things that I love, I got this from the Drazub Outpost from Zach, the maker. I believe that's his. You'll find him on Instagram. I think there's the Instagram stuff. Yeah. So I believe
Zach was the one who actually designed the coins. Ah, yeah, September 24th. And then Drazub Outpost is the one who kind of manufactured them. This looks like, is this a die cut sticker? That's their logo, Sleep Tokens logo. This feels like a vinyl sticker. I feel like it is. I'm very bad with getting these things out. Oh, yeah, I think it is a sticker. Yes, okay, it is a sticker. That's really cool. Now I have feathers everywhere. But yeah, this is a coin. Like, they designed a coin for every one of the shows. And apparently a lot of them sold out. I know one or two of the shows, like, the coins just didn't make it there in time, so they were, like, really sorry about that. So, oh, that's what there's like a, this is part of a puzzle. So the show was on September 24th, 2025, in Philadelphia. And this is the Even in Arcadia album cover, and there's Jerry right there. So yeah, and then I should have looked it up. I forgot to look it up. So this is the Philadelphia coin. It's kind of like heavy, dude. It's kind of, it has a lot of weight. It's chunky. It's a chunky coin. So there's Vessel in the gear for the show. And these flowers are the state flower. I should know what my state flower is. Please hold. I'm gonna look it up. All right. I thought I knew. It's the mountain laurel. So each of these tokens, these coins, were designed with like the state in mind or the city in mind. So the Philadelphia ritual had and they're called their concerts rituals. There's a whole story behind it. It's god of sleep. The concerts are rituals. They're an anonymous band. I don't want to hear nothing about who they actually are. So they are coins designed to kind of like highlight the state/city that they played in. And I just wanted a piece of, Sleep Token history to have in my own hands. They do sell like a stand. The Drazub Outpost do sell like a stand. We can leave this in. I'm just gonna probably put it up so I can just look at it. And be a little sad that I didn't go to the show, but the fact that they came to Philly was pretty crazy. They sold out the Xfinity Arena. Vessel covered Dancing in the Dark. That was a show that he did that too. But yeah, this is a little cute piece of paraphernalia that I wanted to have, just to have it. I don't really have, actually I don't have a lot of Sleep Token merch now that I think about it. I don't really have a lot of merch for things I'm a fan of. So, in whatever way. And it supports a small artist. Yeah, I just thought it was pretty neat. So that is one of the little things that I just wanted to show you that I got in the mail that's not sticker related.